Greetings, kindred spirits, and welcome to those of you that don't know me. My name is Kim, and I'm also known as Star the Good Witch, bringing you a 13 Star Sign Astrology forecast and energy update that will take place over the next 2 weeks, although some of these energies have already started to play out in the collective. I don't know about you, but the energies have been really intense, and I've actually had a couple of people approach me saying, Mercury and Saturn have gone direct now. I'm still having problems with my computers and phones. I'm still feeling really intense energy. But, I can assure you the load's lightened slightly. But the reason why, and there's 2 reasons why, the energy is still intense is because, for one, we've had an ongoing T-square since the beginning of June, and this involves the planet Uranus. Uranus's energy is very electrical and causes a lot of nervous energy, and in a T-square with Mars and the nodes, it's just been really intense anyway. But now this T-square has actually formed into a grand cross because Venus has now joined forces, so it's become even bigger. The energy's become bigger and more cyclic. Although for some of us it will work out good, but for others it's it's a little bit intense. Also, the new moon is on the 9th of September. It's 9/9 energy, so this is another gateway. And because the sun is in Leo, this is still all about the heart chakra. And also, there are other chakras as well involved, but the heart chakra is really in effect this new moon. I'll get into that in a minute. But the new moon actually begins in Leo on the 9th of September at 19:01 in the GMT time zone and at 14:01 in the EDT time zone. And according to the True Lifetime Sky, the sun is still in Leo and won't transition into Virgo until around about the 16th of September. So the 9/9 gateway is a completion of the Lionsgate 8/8 portal. So whereas the 8/8 frequency was all about downloads and activations, this 9/9 frequency is about the installation and integration of those downloads and also more energy coming in. And then once that's completed, we'll be clearing out the junk files. So many will feel out of balance mentally, emotionally and physically as the final tweaks of the energy upgrades take place. 9 is a number that represents an ending of cycles and wrapping up things. And when we double that energy, it actually asks us to lead by example, by being selfless and using our inner wisdom. 9/9 is the number of spiritual enlightenment, universal love and humanitarianism. It's about enlightening others by setting an example in a compassionate way. There's been a great awakening that has been taking place for some time now, but it's actually reaching its peak as the ascension process is actually speeding up dramatically. The ongoing T-square that has now turned into a grand cross is not just the only aspect we have. We also have a T-square separately from that with Ceres in opposition to Chiron and both in square to Saturn and Vesta. And on top of that, we still have 2 grand trines. And although grand trines are considered, pretty good, they do tend to make things a little bit too easy for us. And because they're kind of integrated with the grand cross and the T-square, but it's to lighten the pace a bit. So this new moon in Leo represents emotional regeneration, where we can actually express ourselves with tremendous power and overcome the obstacles that have been holding us back from making clear decisions. And when I say making clear decisions, it's like we keep coming to these decisions but backtracking on them. So, Pluto is giving us the strength to actually push forward and achieve the success that we're looking for. And this is in, spiritual material growth. But we must also be aware that as we are integrating these downloads into our psyches, and as our hearts open up to unconditional love and universal oneness, that there will be those that will try and take advantage of us when it comes to our desire to reach out and nurture and give a helping hand. You know, we must stay in a place of love and compassion, but within the boundaries of our inner wisdom and self-respect. You know, going over the top with our effort to please or nurture will leave us vulnerable to those who are still stuck in cycles of addictions and resistance to spiritual and emotional growth. You know, although we must not be critical or judgmental and take their opinions into account, you know, we have to realise that we're all on our own unique journeys and must maintain our compassion, but also be aware that we can only help those who want to help themselves. Oh, there's a lot of sexual energy this new moon. You know, many will be experiencing activations of their sacral chakras. And while some will direct this energy wisely, there will be many that may direct it unwisely. So that will mean like indulging in immoral behaviour, infidelity, or just being careless. You know, we must stay grounded and use our common sense and not allow our minds or instincts to get the better of us. The black moon Lilith is actually taking a back seat this new moon, and retrograde Uranus will be taking over the show. So watch out for reckless or impulsive behaviour, either emotionally or physically, sidestep idealism and peer pressure. As a collective and globally, we could witness public uproars, electrical problems and revolutionary tendencies. We may also see an increase in electrical storms and meteor showers. Problems may also occur with air travel, delays, chemtrails, or just the weather in general. The internet and the news media may be overloaded with activity as well during this time. I think the internet in general will be very active, and I think it's all about our skies, you know. So there's a lot going on with our skies and incoming energies. We must also be aware of sudden attacks, temper tantrums, and non-conformist behaviour. You know, there will be a great desire towards freedom and excitement. Our telepathic skills and intuition will be increased, and for those that are already on the path of metaphysics, will find that their understanding of their craft will be expanded and strengthened, while others will become enlightened to their sole purpose. Astrology, numerology and astronomy will develop a lot of interest at this time. Light workers, healers and metaphysical counsellors and teachers will find their schedules quite busy, as people will be reaching out for guidance and answers. So for this new moon and over the next 2 weeks, I suggest that we meditate on all of our chakras as usual. Again, from our soul star chakra to our earth star chakra, as all of them will be going through activations or alignments. Because even if we just have, you know, 1 or 2 chakras activated, the other chakras will have to be brought into alignment with those activated chakras. So I suggest we burn white candles and frankincense and myrrh incense for spiritual cleansing and purity. And it's so important that we keep ourselves grounded. So for those of you that don't know how to do this, just go outside and go barefoot onto grass or even concrete. And you can also use your hands on a concrete wall or on a tree. Hands and feet are, you know, energy centers. So if you can do the two, that's great. And just do that as often as you need to. Unconditional love is the key to this new moon's energy. So it's important that we maintain a balance between our heart and minds. So the affirmation I've set for this new moon is one I created quite a while ago, but this is quite repetitive energy, so I'm going to use this one again. And it is, I humble myself in the face of adversity and am able to use my inner wisdom as my guide for the betterment of my soul. I am love. So that's the energy update for the new moon and the next 2 weeks. Please like, subscribe and share if you enjoyed this forecast, and I will catch up with you all again soon. Peace and much love.